Be honest, do you believe developers are actually making money?
No, I don't think so. It was like in 2 weeks.
Oh, DD, oh, what it is, oh.
Developing a system for a company, competitive to ChatGPT.
My name is Wayne Gakuo. I'm a Google developer expert for Angular, and I lead the Angular Kenya community, and I'm a software engineer by profession.
Let's find out. Be honest, do you believe developers are actually making money?
No, I don't think so. Especially considering that most Kenyans don't believe that Kenyan developers have the skills to like. Unapata most companies wana seek developers maybe from outside, which makes it impossible for Kenyan tech people, especially the ones with skills, to actually earn money. Na ukipewa kazi wanataka ufanye in a very cheap na wanataka WordPress site. Yeah.
What's the most amount of money you made in one project?
In one project?
Yeah.
Okay, that one was a work project. It was like in 2 weeks.
Oh, DD, oh, what it is, oh, DD, what?
Are you a developer?
Yes,
What kind of developer?
I'm an AI engineer, but I train AI right now, so I'm developing a system for a company.
Okay. So how are you using AI to make more money, basically?
By teaching the AI.
Is it easier to make more money with AI compared to before AI came?
It's easier, but it's fast.
Yeah. Which types of AIs do you use?
Most trusted as a developer, Cloudy, as a research, Complexity, general, ChatGPT, but DeepSeek is more competitive to ChatGPT.
Okay. We came all the way to JKUAT for the Angular Kenya Roadshow to find out the truth.
Are devs actually making money? Ama kazi tu ni ku-upskill?
Let's find out.
And you said that you're an AI engineer right now. Yeah. So basically, what does that involve? Because right now it's the hot thing. People are looking at getting the skills in terms of AI engineering because they don't want to be phased out as software engineers. So do you think the shift from software engineering to AI engineering is worth it? And what do I need to get into AI engineering?
So, as an AI engineer, someone who has done like software engineering for a very long time. The gap between
how many years?
Didn't quite when we talk about 8 to 10 years. Okay. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. It's a lot.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, so the gap between the two in terms of like AI engineering and software engineering is like very small.
Okay.
The one thing you need to do is to switch in terms of like clear mentality, whereby when you're doing software engineering, it's all about a deterministic process, whereby A, B, C, D, 3, 4, 5. Well, in this case now you're introducing some sort of like non-expected behavior. So think about it this way: if we are building around, let's say, an AI model in terms of like a solution to package to customers, that thing that you don't have no idea what the customer is going to ask, you have no idea what the model is going to look like.
Okay.
So you need to be able to handle that valid aspect of things.
Okay.
And that's actually the main difference in terms of everything else is what you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you are software engineer, you can call APIs, you can learn how to use different SDKs, then you are good to go. But you need that switch of mentality and then start understanding like how do we pass data to LLMs, how do we do things like building agents that can make decisions by themselves, how do we include humans in that decision making, and so on. All these things are things that as a software engineer you already have like a strong base of for learning that.
Okay.
It's just like any other thing that you learn, whereby you can go from a backend to a front engineer and so on.
Okay. Okay. Mmesikia hiyo? Wewe unafanya nini? Thank you.
So we were supposed to build something that solves problems that small businesses face in 30 minutes. And
employ a data that for funding. So most SMEs cannot access grants because they lack grants.
So you have 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes.
I was born to be free.
so we were supposed to build something that solves problems that small businesses face in 30 minutes. And time is up.
Yeah, so you brainstorm, now you want to hear your ideas, then everyone votes for the best idea.
So I'm Kelvin. So I'm going to define the problem that we came up with. So most SMEs are able to generate income either through M-Pesa or through that like direct transfer without paying the M-Pesa. But the problem is the lack of way of recording the transaction, and also the lack of way of recording that transaction that was not like transacted via M-Pesa. And so if they lack that, then when we go to get maybe some funding like loans for maybe capital, that is, so they can't be given capital because lenders and microfinanciers are looking for either transaction history or have you been recording your transaction. So if you don't have that, then it's very difficult to go back to M-Pesa and compile them and give them so that they can give you funding, and they don't have a way of tracking that you have been making money. So that is the problem. So the solution is we are coming up with sort of an app that works offline, and it has like AI powered things, and it does 3 things. So the first one is it can like track the transaction through M-Pesa. So it has like M-Pesa integration. So every every transaction that you make, either through the wallet of Pochi la Biashara or whatever you use, so it tracks that, and then if it's a local transaction that is like one-on-one, so the business owner can like speak to the mobile app, and then it records that, and then compiled all of that into like one record, and then that one record is compiled like within a period of 4 to 8 weeks, which is basically 2 months, and that creates a credit score. So the credit score can be given to financiers like for G Capital, banks, because they look for the credit score, and then they can use the credit score to give you the loan. SMEs, MSME or big SMEs. Any question?
Any question? You were talking about determining the credit scoring system using M-Pesa transactions. So right now, that's what's being used by the banks. If you go to any bank, be it ABSA, be it what, the first thing they ask you is an M-Pesa. Those are like the okay, according to me, in my opinion, I feel like those are the traditional ways of determining a credit scoring system.
Okay, so what they do is they ask you for M-Pesa transactions, so you have to go to M-Pesa and try to look up to come up with that statement. So if you can't like get statements, you know what happens is that even if today I have a business and I go to get statements, I cannot not pull the statement of the entire time I have been operating, but if we record them as they come in, then we keep them somewhere. Because I can go to a bank, they ask me for the statement, I can only pull for 1 month.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, so what we do is we track as they come in, so we keep this.
But
we record.
So my name is Christine and my teammate is Jeff, and we have built Harmony AI. So for people who sell clothes, ama comrades tunauzanga tote bags, ama anything that you sell, So we've built Harmony AI. It's a platform which harmonizes all the social media platforms. I sell tote bags, right? Nimeweka advert IG, nimeweka advert Twitter, nimeweka advert Facebook, LinkedIn, all the platforms, ndio nipate customers. But the thing is, I can't keep track of all the comments ama mtu aki-order something from all the platforms and respond on time, because Gen Z ni generation nataka mtu asipo respond on time naenda kwa the next shop because you have a lot of options, ndio. So our platform inaweka all the like when someone comments or orders something from Twitter and IG, you come to a Harmony AI and it categorizes, because kuna watu wata comment I hate you, no, I don't like your products, okay, just irrelevant things that are not necessary for your business. So our AI platform will categorize the comments and itaweka in another place. Then the important ones kama how much is your order, itaku notify. Then when you reply, it replies directly to the person. So the thing is, you can reply yourself, or you can enable our agent, our Harmony AI agent, to reply for you automatically on time, so that you can keep the conversation going, so that you can get money at the end.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Malik. I'm Dennis. Yeah, so we have come up with an AI chatbot that focuses specifically on small businesses. So we see on social media many small businesses which have no or small access to their customers, or they're looking for customers, always like advertise their businesses and refer to customers to their WhatsApp or their relevant social media platforms. So our AI chatbot will help us to gather that data into one specific set, so the business owner can access the relevant customer info and organize on how they can get their desired products and such. So
how would you know that trousers are in demand, and how does your CRM update automatically? Like, is it from the conversation?
The CRM updates with the workflows. We'll use the anything automation workflows.
to have the CRM, the Google Sheets. It updates the Google Sheets or whatever database you need to check there.
Okay.
Good evening. So, my name is Jean.
I'm Sebastian.
So, hi. 2 weeks ago, we had an incident of Sami Kioko. You all heard of the story of Sami Kioko?
Yes.
The guy who supplied to Machakos County.
Yes.
And then t-shirts. He was never paid. He was instead beaten. When he went to demand for his money. So, now this is where escrow comes in. So here it tracks, so both parties, you, the provider of the service, and the person who is being provided for the service, it's a legal, digital legal contract. So the both parties are signed up to this platform, and so the person who wants this service puts the money there. You won't withdraw that money. You will only withdraw that money if the provision of the service has been completed. So when you've completed doing this is when the person will you've done this, it's according to what we agreed upon, and I'm here now releasing your money. So the money will either be sent to your M-Pesa, your bank, wherever, your PayPal, whatever account you want. And this also works for us, especially young developers in this room. You have the skill.
That's it.
Okay. Any questions? So do you think that the issue with Kioko and you personally is having an escrow application? Like, is that really the solution for such a problem?
Yes, because how it solves the problem is I at least know there's that money that the client is promising to pay. Because the problem is I could tell you start working on the project and all that, but I know very well I don't even have that money to pay you. But if I know the money is in escrow, then I am assured that even if I do this work, even if I spend hours on this, the money will come to me. So it helps me it removes the anxiety of being scammed.
So according to the question, the problem that we are trying to solve, it was for small businesses. Yes. But I'm just hearing about Kioko and everything. So how does that affect?
I gave he gave an example of himself. Just a student like him. And
He's not a business enterprise.
I am, he is.
I am.
He's a business enterprise.
A service provider.
Yes. Service provider.
Okay. All right.
And Kioko is a tailor.
Yes. Tailor.
Small businesses.
Okay, not he supplies, he's a middleman between
He doesn't even have the electric.
Yeah, he just made the clothes and supplied.
Imagine.
You see,
very good. Okay.
You can start. Yeah.
I'm Frida. So our AI bot, is called Sasa Sema, because we want you to get straight to the point. Just say hi and useme shida yako ni gani. So the difference between our chatbot and every other chatbot here is our problem is competition. Okay, first our problem is competition. You know how many laptop shops are in town? How many customers do they get per day? Like, you divide all those customers going to town for a laptop and the number of shops, so the best way to deal with the competition we saw is maintaining loyalty.
So it means that the chatbot has all the data concerning the shops that are around with their products.
Okay, us, there's a confusion because us, we are developers. We are the ones developing the AI chatbot. But when you integrate it into your shop, it's the chatbot for your shop. Nugget. Hello everyone. My name is Mary, and this is my teammate Winnie. And our solution was recently my mother, she owns a shop, and there's been some incidences back at home where you find let's say unis. Back at home, my mom owns a shop. It's a general shop, not a big one, just selling the basic things, the ugas, curry, and salt, and the others. There have been some incidences where you get, let's say, Unis has taken goods on credit from other shops, because my mom is not the only one who owns a shop. So Unis takes goods on credit, then fails to pay up. If she takes from Mama Njeri, who is a neighbor from my mom, she fails to pay up, then moves ahead, because obviously she cannot get another loan from Mama Njeri, so she proceeds to the other shops.
Questions? You have said okay, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
When I come to a shop, I give you my details, phone number, ID. Then if I go to another shop, they will still access my information. What if I subscribe to that AI, then I use your personal information, like for SIM swapping, I go and I start phishing people with emails, texts, and is it before? Okay, that's first question about the security concerns. Second question, is it anyone? Today I'm a shopkeeper. I'm given that provided I've paid the subscription plan, I'm allowed to subscribe to the AI without even knowing what is my aim. You understand? Is it anyone? Anyone can come and say I want to subscribe, just to access the data of everyone.
So I'll answer the second one. When you are logging in as a trader, you have to prove that you are a trader. Lazima you provide the proof so that you get access to the login.
Hi, please introduce yourself. My name is Gakuo. I'm a Google developer expert for Angular, and I lead the Angular Kenya community, and I'm a software engineer by profession.
Okay, so for all the developers out there,
yeah,
why use Angular? Why should they use Angular?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So why we really advocate for Angular is one of the key things, one of the key strengths with Angular is it comes with most of the tools that developers need out of the box. So one of the key things we usually talk about is decision fatigue, whereby you can go into a framework or a library for building, let's say, front-end applications, and you need to think about some of these tools that you're supposed to work with, like which one should you choose? So I give an example of if you want to communicate with your backend through APIs and all that, there's what we call like libraries for you to be able to communicate with those backend services. So in Angular, we already have a library that you don't have to think about like, okay, which one should I use? Because with Angular has what we call HTTP already. So HTTP module allows you to be able to communicate with your backend, and it has a very structured way of doing it, as compared to other libraries or to other frameworks whereby you need to think about whose framework or whose library should you use for you to be able to communicate with that. And apart from that, is Angular is a community that is growing massively around the world. Here in Kenya, we have a community of over 800 developers who are really interested in learning more about Angular as a framework. And also it's an opportunity for them to interact with even potential recruiters who are looking for developers for big companies. So give an example of banks here in Kenya. Some of the biggest banks in Kenya use Angular. So an example is Equity, Cooperative Bank, KCB, and CBA. And they're always looking for developers who have at least the acumen of building scalable, maintainable applications. Because when you go into such kind of a company, you need to make sure that you know what you're doing and you need to build it in the best way possible. And of course, apart from that, it has a huge community. And apart from it just being a Google product, it has a really great support even from the Google team to make sure that it keeps on going.